take a breath. Hi, I'm Penny from Neurocapability. A lot of people often say, I want to get more creative. I want my team to be more creative. We do all of this brainstorming and we get together and we're looking for insights and we just get stuck. So how do you do it with the brain in mind? Well, there's a number of things that you can do. The research tells us that the best way to be creative or come up with that innovative solution is to stop thinking about it. Now, I know you're going to say, oh yeah, but that's, how can we do that? Well, it's really, really simple. Our brain, when we're working, we're really putting our brain under cognitive load and we're being very, very focused with our attention. So you can be sitting there looking at a screen going, oh, I've got to come up with this paper, I've got to write this. Well, guess what? Whilst ever you're looking at the issue, you're not going to find the insight because your brain is not where it needs to be, which is in its default network. We've got these neural switches, just like a switchboard. And if we're thinking, it's going to be in the executive center. We need to get it out of that and we need to get it like you are walking along a beach. Now, I don't know if this happens to you, but I'll often be in the shower. And this is where great insight occurs, is when you're in the shower and you'll be showering away and all of a sudden you go, oh, I've got this idea. Well, guess why? Because you've gone from the executive function and you've gone into your default mode, which is where those beautiful gamma brain waves kick in, and that's when insight comes. So what are some tips for you to grab your team? Take them for a walk if you really want to, because brainstorming is out. Go figure. We've been brainstorming for years, but that's actually out now. What we're now saying to people is, look, if you've got a thought, I want you to write it down. Don't care when it is, email it to me, because insight occurs when you're in that default network, when you've stopped work on that drive home, or when you've gone to, well, some people call it the throne, and you're just sitting there mindlessly thinking of really nothing. And all of a sudden this thought comes. I often get it when I'm riding our mower. We've got 5 acres. And I'll often be in the paddock going, oh, that's where that is. It's because our brain has had a chance to take a breath. And that's what we need you to do, is to take a breath. So if you want your team to be innovative, a really good thing to do is to say, send it to me. If in the middle of the night, if you've got something, put a pad and paper next to your bed, write it down. Mind you, it's also a good idea to pre-program your brain not to wake you up at 3 o'clock in the morning and say, please, will you wake me up with that insight at 5? I know it sounds quite bizarre, but it actually really works because you're giving your brain an embedded command, just like you would with your computer. So that's one thing. The other thing is, before you start with anything, or you might have been working for a fair while on an issue, remove yourself from the office, take your team for a walk, look at the trees, talk about anything else other than the issue. And you'll find that your creative solution will often just pop into that mind of yours. So the trick here is stop thinking, stop doing, and let your mind just be. That's one way, or a couple of ways, of creating a wonderful insight and aha moment.